The tape, you see the
19 win. He enters the ring with an unbelievable.
Cannot be scored or draw by the judges, so there will be a winner. And he's a good one. He won his tight blocker a few months in the other way. Tested with the left in the black trunks. What he wants to do, the idea that Felix Trinidad can control his round. Fine fighters down there. Hector Camacho just got under one of them in the long line of super fighters that came out of Puerto Rico. Around, that was just a little bit of string, Anthony Stephens, but he's and movement in his head, which got years of age, and Anthony Stephens, and the referee right on the spot there is Bill right of his screen in the red. Ducks underneath two. Like Trinidad is now trying to measure his guy around his Trinidad. Their right hand. Nobody was right hand by Stephens here. And a nice, as soon as they come over here and give us the scores. There's a light left hand thrown by that, and Anthony hanging room for a guy to maneuver around in here. And Anthony is scheduled for 12, but could go 13 with a looping right hand in here, round number 2. On the left here, Stephens ties his man up. They both two guys, but they're free again. And nice shot, and he clears. So the shot time by Trinidad. And as he answers and counters that left hook in fights, in most of the fights we've seen him, he's done such a bad. This is a tough fight to score the way it's going right now, because one time, and then Phoenix won, and we have Stephens has won it on one scorecard, and it looks like Trinidad's won it on the other two. So I agreed with one of the judges anyhow, but Trinidad's out in front of the fight. Trinidad having a bet on number 2. You see Stephens gets that left hand put right in his face by time. Didn't bounce the head back, but it did then by Anthony Stephens. Stephens now of round number 2. Light right hand taken to the left side of the face of Stephens. Stephens, well, could go 13 if it's all tied after 12. Worked very, very well here in the first couple of rounds. Third round, this is scheduled for 12 rounds again at stake. See Trinidad moving in through round number 3 and countering the aggressiveness. And just as I say that, long looping right hand, you take a look at the body of Emile Chardet and Felix Trinidad Sr. and Juan Gould, exactly even by everybody. All 19s across the board, and 2 more 19s on my scorecard. So everybody's fighting where it seemed like the guy seesawed for 20 seconds. Oh, the right hand caught Trinidad. He's very wobbled on his feet. He's still in trouble. Stephens thought it was going to be scored a knockdown because he went into the ropes. Trinidad is yet. They're still rubber. He hasn't got his legs back yet. Head clear, but his legs aren't there yet either. Left hand caught him. He's ready to go. He's fighting back. He got hit with the right hand again. His legs still. If there was any question about how it was going to old title contender, and he very well could become the champion if it continues this way. Trinidad shot that staggers him. Bang! Right on the button. One hand went down. If that other one had gone down, it would have been scored. And because he fell into the ropes like that, matter of fact, if the ropes hold you up, it is scored a knockdown. You see he went down, but again, conditioning, he was able to come back out and he won't let him stay up. He was really tagged with that right hand. Well, he's got to keep that left hand up now. He can't allow that left leg. I'm telling you, recuperated from the knockdown. He looks strong. As Stephens, Trinidad here. Stephens is. He walks into a shot himself, and he gets cut. Stephens appears to be television, but we're just like the two guys in England were the other day. There's a good shot that caught him by the head clear. He's bouncing on the legs, and he's trying that right now. Judge 29, 9 rounds. The 29 goes. We're in the 4th round, and a straight right hand again. That's the left cheek, or he's going to get hit by that right. Is when he dips down to throw his. What I'm wondering is, where has this Stephens been all my life? This kid in Louisiana. Stephens is a good fighter. Defeated Homero Gonzalez in Louisiana, and Lee Fortune to Biloxi by 92. Great shape. And his brother Dan, much better 4th round. And 3rd round. It's a knockdown up to 12, and the IBF's newest rule, it's going the way. When they hang on to each other, they've been fighting so cleanly. They want to see Trinidad do better, and for the first time, Stephens has to hang on. Again, this is a huge ring. There's a lot of place to run, but no place to hide. So again, he's got to be careful when he throws that left hand, which leaves him wide open for Stephens' right hand. And it was a right hand that dropped him, or almost dropped him back. Gets to throw the left hook to the body. So Stephens is out. That has it in favor of Stephens by 2 points. He's won the last round, and so did the other 2 judges. 2 points either way. You're getting a pretty. Again, we're in the 5th round, and again it's scheduled for 12. Felix Trinidad, the pride of Coupe Alto, Puerto Rico, Anthony Stephens. Hooked right. On the times that he has faced his toughest opponents, he hasn't been able to get by and win them. Signs here in the 3rd round. And all right, watch Trinidad come back here. Bangs him to the forehead, catches him to the jaw. Ducks underneath that. Too good a fight to mess up, and catches him. Right hand, got 18 KOs. Big left now. Anthony catches him. Another headshot that caught him behind the ear that time. 48-47 for Trinidad, as Trinidad nails him pretty good that time. The other 2 judges have Trinidad out in front, so it's still a close fight. Turning this fight around. Stephens is surprised that this guy is as strong as he is, but he is much more fatigued, but still very, very dangerous. And don't forget, when Felix throws that right hand, he's still open for the right hand counter of Stephens, but Stephens doesn't appear to be as strong as he was back in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd rounds. Nice into the temporal bone on the left side of the head. And is Felix trying to pick it up a notch? Bangs him to the body. Good. When those rib shots start to take that toll later on, shots hurt so much that you don't want to get hit. That coming on strong here now. See those shots, 4 or 5 good shots. I remember I said about the elasticity in the legs. Trying to come back here. You get clipped again, and he still comes back. He's still dangerous in here in the Don King Network. Glad that you can be around the world, Europe, the IBF welterweight champ, Anthony Stephens in the black trunks. From the American networks, and these are the actual scores of the judges that are scoring the fight. What's on the official scorecard? Points on 2 of the scorecards. As we take a look now, in favor of Trinidad, Gary Clark, San Martino has a dead even 57-57 round, in my opinion, too, from Felix Trinidad. Throw the big right hand, and instead he goes with the left, and he catches him with 10 seconds to go. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, fight underway here for the IBF welterweight championship of the world. If it's all tied up at the end of 12, so somebody's in the belt buckle area, but right in the area he hurt, and it's really taking its toll. That one a little bit low again, but they're right in the area of the liver. And Trinidad throw it when the referee's on the right side of it. Now watch it. You won't see that body shot there. He comes up. In fact, watching him work through the 8th round here, he is impressing me a lot more with this real tough fight than some of the... We didn't really get to see what a fine boxer that Felix Trinidad really is. And he's showing it here. He's really beginning to outclass Stephens, who talent that the young 20-year-old Felix Trinidad possesses. You see, Stephens is just doing that, and Clark San Martino has it 67-60. I was convinced about 4 rounds ago that Trinidad was starting to take command of the 2 points at that time in favor of Stephens, so it's taken on the fight. Both guys walks into a tremendous body shot. He fights back, but not. That's what they did. And Stephens executed what his corner told him, which you have to admire him for that. But see, right in that area of the liver, that dangerous shot, the fact that tremendous ability at the 3rd. But officially has it 77-75, 2 points in favor of Trinidad. Judge Gary and Clark San Martino has it 77-75. So Trinidad is going to win this thing. And you see the time remaining in round number 9, inside of 25 seconds to go. Nice right hand landed that time by Anthony Stephens. Another right hand and left hook spun the head too. Right hand get through. Trinidad gets that jab going again. I remember what I said when he's shoulder and he's open for the right hand, going for it. A nice straight right. That he nails him again with a left hook to the jaw. Stephens in the black trunks. If Stephens can win this. I haven't seen the scoring for the 9th round by the official judges. We'll have it in a little while, but in 12. This fight still could be taken by either competitor. Dad has to look out from being hit by that big right hand of Anthony Stephens. His landing body shot was told to go out back in the 8th round and We take a look at the scorecard now. We see it 87-84, 88-83, and 87-84, all in favor of Felix Trinidad. And I have it 87-84 as well to just add a little more credence to that. Oh, look at this. This is real good boxing. These guys are really going at it here. Forget there's a cut above that right eye of Stephens, and that right eye there. There's a little slit open, a long looping right hand, but the power isn't there that Stephens had back in the third round when he dropped Trinidad. Trinidad has more power right now. And they're just throwing caution to the wind. Stephens' legs are rubbery. Just missing the shots as Trinidad has the body shot again, and Stephens looks like he's out on his feet a little bit here. As Trinidad moves in, Stephens is ready to go. He tries to fight back gamely. His legs are gone and he's exhausted. These guys have had a grueling pace, and Stephens is in some trouble up against the ropes. He better hang on. 10 seconds to go in the round. Trinidad really pounding him here in the closing seconds of the 10th round. And finally he slumps to the canvas. Counts up to 3. It's all over. He's counted out. He's exhausted right here. He's out on his feet. He gets clipped with that right hand. He tries to hang on. What he should have done was go down on one knee right here and take the count. But instead, he doesn't want to get hit. He's out on his feet really right here. And in comes Trinidad with just a few seconds to go at this stage. Now the round is just about over. And now here is the end of the fight. He's in pretty good shape right here. But you see a pretty good counterpunch. That left hook hurt him. And he gets hit and they'll cover. And you see him actually back away at his hand there. He still felt it. He's totally wilted right here now. He's out on his feet right here. And he finally drops, and that was